All right, man, we back. Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. And let's get into this preview prediction. Detroit Lions traveling down to Arizona, take on them Cardinals. Let's get into it, man. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. It's Motor City Sports Talk. It's your boy CJ Goodfella, and it's a must win. We're talking about urgency level. The Cardinals, I don't think nobody is optimistic about, them making the playoffs this year. I think everything they do past winning 3 or 4 or 5 games is a bonus for that franchise. Obviously, they want to see things go the correct way, but they're not expecting a blowout season. As far as just making the playoffs and having a Super Bowl run. The Lions expect progression. Patricia was supposed to take this franchise to the next level, and he took them 3 games in a regression. You know what I'm saying? We regressed 3 games from Jim Caldwell, 9-7 to 6-10. Now they want to see, now that Patricia's implemented his system, they want to see it takes, probably 6 steps forward. And I can speak for myself as being a Lions fan, that's what I want to see. But, just looking at this game, just from, my vantage point, it's a game of surprise. Call it trick or treat, at least offensively. You don't know what you're going to get from the Cardinals. You get the air raid, but I'm pretty sure they got some twists in there and some things in there. And a lot of the fans say, hey, we should just blitz them like the Raiders did. That's easy said and done. That's preseason. It don't count. We know he struggled with the blitzes, but I'm pretty sure if you just keep bringing A-gap blitzes and blitzes up the middle, they figured out that they can do some trick plays. They can move the pocket. They can do some bootlegs and stuff of that nature. But we'll get into that. But the one thing that I'm concerned about is the offense. All right? You're concerned about Fitzgerald in the slot. Coleman, our corner, nickelback, hasn't played particularly well in preseason. And I don't read too much all in that, but that's vital that he plays well. Darius Slay, he ain't happy because he ain't got paid yet. And if he don't get paid before Sunday, I just think the Lions are about to move on from him. And that's crazy that you can make a case that he's the best player on the Lions and he was drafted here. So you got him not being happy and probably playing for a contract might get him motivated, Darius Slay. But the matchups, one thing you spotlight is Kyler Murray, and you worry about the air raid offense. But one thing that I think some people might be forgetting is David Johnson is a good back. You give him a mobile quarterback that can throw the ball like Kyler Murray, I think he becomes public enemy number 1 for the Lions, not Kyler Murray, because he's a veteran. He had historically had good games versus a couple years ago. He hurt his wrist or his hand. It was out for a long season, but in this air raid offense, pick him up in coverage is going to be vital. We might not have Jared Davis. We probably won't have him. So, somebody that can get him, out the backfield, those option routes and those circle routes and those routes out the backfield, and just him running the ball in space. If they spread out 3 or 4, 5 wide receivers, if I'm in Arizona, I'm looking to get David Johnson this ball as much as possible and Larry Fitzgerald in the slot. And those are the 2 guys that I'm highlighting right away. Is David Johnson and Larry Fitzgerald before I even highlight Kyler Murray, because they are the veterans on the team, and that's who they should lean on. If I'm Lincoln Riley, I think I'm looking at David Johnson getting at least 20, 30 touches, rushing and catching the ball out the backfield. I'm looking to exploit that matchup between Justin Coleman and Larry Fitzgerald in the slot. And then then you look at Kyler Murray and you worry about his mobile ability to get out the pocket and break the pocket. But another guy that I'm worried about is Andy Isabel, the fast receiver out of UMass. He made a deep catch, and if you lose him in coverage, Kyler Murray can drop dimes down the field. So they have some guys that I'm concerned about, and they have Charles Clay, I believe, and Max Williams as their tight ends. And Max Williams, he didn't do much in Baltimore. I think he out of Minnesota. He's a good tight end. And Charles Clay, if I'm correct, they got him. He's a good tight end. He can run a little bit. So, looking at that, those are the matchups that I'm looking for from a skills position. Immediately, I'm targeting the veterans that he going to lean on in Kyler Murray and David Johnson and Larry Fitzgerald. Okay, that's who I'm targeting right away. I want to take his binky away. I want to take his pacifier away. I want to take what he leans on the way. And then I make him go to Christian Kurtz and Charles Clay. And the Lions in recent history, haven't been that good against the tight end. So Max Williams and Charles Clay, concern me. And also the mobility of Kyler Murray. But the thing what's crazy about his mobility is he's not one of those quarterbacks that's looking to run, then throw. He's looking to throw. And he break the pocket, he's going to be looking downfield. And he got a nice little cannon for an arm. So those are the things I'm looking at from a skills position. But where the Lions should dominate at is on the defensive line. They shouldn't have to rush 5 or 6. What they should be able to do is get there with 4 or 5, to be honest. You paid $90 million to the $90 million man, Trey Flowers. You paid Damon Harrison. You brought Mike Daniels in. You still got A'Shawn Robinson. You got Devin Kennard. You probably won't have Jared Davis. You probably won't have Deshaun Hand come Sunday. But you paid them a ton of money to do what they're supposed to do. And they should eat up that line, And that line ain't great. J.R. Sweezy, R.J. Sweezy, and, they have a few other guys there. Humphreys, DJ Humphreys, I think, is their left tackle or something. And the Lions line should really eat that up. And what they need to do is keep contained. Let Kyler beat you in the pocket. And it'd be nice if we had Deshaun Hand, because I would want him to push the pocket from that 3 technique and get upfield. And flush Kyler out to the rush edges. But you just want to keep contained, gap control, and you want to collapse the pocket around him. Really, ideally, you want to push the pocket up the middle, but you can't abuse it. You push it up the middle, they start moving the pocket, schematically. He get outside the pocket, he can make some plays happen on the edge. So that should be a strength. The linebackers, Tavai, it'll be interesting. He gonna have to, fill the holes in space with David Johnson getting the ball, rushing up the middle. He got to watch out for him, probably cover him in zone and man a little bit. So the Rook, he got some. He might even have to spot Kyler Murray. But in our secondary, I would be looking to bracket Larry Fitzgerald and Crabtree and Christian Kirks, who can take it deep, and Andy Isabel. It's just gonna have to beat me. And if, Kyler Murray can get to a 7-step drop and he can hit Andy Isabel down the sideline, then I'm looking at my D-line, even if I'm rushing forward. Like, how, he got too much time. With the amount of money I'm paying Harrison, I brought Daniels in, and I brought Devin Kennard in last season, and also a couple seasons ago. And we also brought in Trey Flowers. He shouldn't have that much time, but I'm looking to bracket Larry Fitzgerald, and I'm looking to take away David Johnson. Those are the two that concerns me, and I'm looking to keep Kyler Murray in the pocket. And if he beat me from the pocket with as much money I spent around that D-line, so be it. All right? But that's what I'm looking for defensively from the Lions, is to, take away Larry, take away David Johnson, and, pretty much don't let him get deep to Andy Isabel and the Christian Kirks. But, offensively from the Lions, I think this is the critical part. Defensively, the Lions haven't been that bad, especially when they have a run stopper, when they had Nada, and now they got Damon Harrison. They haven't been that bad as far as defensively. And what I'm but what I'm looking for offensively is I'm looking for, consistency. Offense is what's been holding us back. A couple years ago, we had the top 2 or 3 defense, lost to the Cowboys. Offense didn't put enough points in. And one constant is bad offensive coordinator, and then that one constant is the quarterback. Matthew Stafford got a lot to prove. A lot of excuses have been made for him that we don't have a competent coordinator. Offensive coordinator, it's true. You can make a case. Scott Linehan, asked him in Dallas. He ain't that good. You can make a case for Joe Lombardi being trash. You can make a case for Jim Bob Cooter being trash. So now that he got a legit offensive coordinator that all of us believe, it's no more excuses. Now, he didn't have a ton of snaps in preseason, and I understand that. But, it's showtime, we need to run the ball and run it effectively with Johnson and Anderson, and Matthew Stafford need to be efficient. But I want to see balance is what I'm looking for. I want to see balance. I want to see running the ball first. I want to see running the ball. I want to see balance, and I want to see touchdowns. I don't want to get down there and kicking field goals and stuff of that nature. They need touchdowns, they need balance, and they need to run the ball. We know Matthew Stafford can slang it around the field. But I want to see them be able to run the ball with authority. And I want to see Matthew Stafford be protected. But, just looking at it, they got Chandler Jones, prolific pass rusher, Hall of Fame to be Terrell Suggs. But they're missing their top two corners. Their corners is going to be Byron Murphy, the rookie out of Washington. Kind of compares to the little kid, the guy that got the interception off of Calvin for the Miami a couple years ago. His wife is always talking crap. A little light skinned dude. Kind of remind me of Byron Murphy. Brent Grimes. Kind of get you, his tapes kind of got you to mind of his, and Tremaine Brock is the other corner. DJ Swearinger is their safety. And then they got another safety. I can't remember his name. But Swearinger is another. Oh, Buda Baker. I like Buda Baker tape coming out of college. And Hassan Reddick he's questionable to play. And they got Corey Peters, and it's not a star-studded defense. Look a lot better if they had their starting corners, Peterson and the other kid. But I'm looking for Stafford to eat. I'm looking for them to run the ball. Really, the Lions need to put up 30+. But with that offensive line, if they get behind and Stafford got to drop back 30, 40 times, then I think all bets is off. Then you're looking at the guy, Suggs and Chandler Jones eating. But they need to run it. They need to be a dominant offense this week, man. Because you look at the first 4 weeks, you got to put up points versus San Diego probably. You got to put up points versus Philly. You got to put up points versus Kansas City. You got to put up points versus Green Bay. So the Lions need to be efficient in some shape, form, or fashion. They either need to control the clock, running the ball, and making critical plays downfield, or just moving the change. But one thing they got to do is run the ball, and they got to score touchdowns. That's just what it is. But just looking at the matchup and whole, the Lions should dominate. They should dominate this matchup. They should give him Kyler Murray a welcome to the NFL moment. And Stafford, he need to come out there looking efficient. But it's no more excuses for Stafford. Either you're going to put up points to get the ball in the end zone and be an efficient offense, and be part, and Darrell Bevel going to be the solution. Or if not, you struggle, you turn the ball over, the offense not clicking. I don't want to hear, oh, he didn't play that much in preseason. You can't have it both ways. Where people tell him, oh, he don't need to play preseason. I'm saying, well, hey, there's a new offense, You can't have it. When y'all say a lot of y'all say he didn't need preseason, don't use that excuse if the offense don't get off to a good start Sunday. Or they have a shitty day. I don't want to hear, oh, Flowers was injured. Oh, just, give it time. We got to make adjustments. If you don't win this game Sunday, Detroit Lions, a lot of people just going to move on to the Pistons. Okay? Going to move on, hopefully, on the Red Wings or something like that. Or watching Verlander pitch another no-hitter. And this is vital for people to believe and buy into this franchise. It's vital for them to win this game and dominate, in my opinion. If they going to dominate, it's going to be because of the running game. It's going to be because of scoring defense. It's going to be because of balance. It's because the defense, all the money and assets they invest into the defense, from Tabai to Kennard to Rashad Melvin to Harrison and to Trey Flowers and, Tracy Walker and Quadre. They have to win this game Sunday, man. And just to give a couple matchups to look out for, Jones and Galileo on the outside. I'm looking out for them. Hockenson and Jesse James, I'm looking out for them. Johnson and Anderson in the backs, looking out for them. But Stafford needs to be efficient. They need to run the ball. But if I had to give you some fantasy guys to take a chance on, and if you want to check out, I'm going to do a big NFL preview Tuesday. I think I'm going to do it around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mother channel, Goodfellas Sports TV. I put the name above my head scrolling over there. Check it out, and I put it in the comment section. By the time you've seen this video, I put it in the community tab. By the time you see this video, it'll already be up. So I do a 6 p.m. Goodfellas Sports TV, predicting divisions, predicting, champions, playoffs, and all that other stuff. And week by week, we'll do the same show. I'll come up with a cool name from it. But, fantasy advice before I give a score. David Johnson, if I'm a Cardinals. David Johnson, Fitzgerald, Charles Clay. I'm a daily guy. I'm a FanDuel guy. If you want to play FanDuel, look at my other channel. put my name in, Goodfellas Sports Team, put FanDuel in. I did a video. Matter of fact, I'll link in the description under FanDuel channel link, a video link, if you want to know how daily fantasy work. If I'm them, I'm looking at David Johnson, Charles Clay, Larry Fitzgerald. Those are three I'm looking at from Arizona. From Detroit, I'm looking at just based off they being depleted, looking at Stafford. Stafford, Jones, Galladay, Johnson, and I'm probably looking at one of the tight ends. But to give a score, I believe the game will be, I'm going to say 30 points, and I'm going to say it's going to be 30-17, the Detroit Lions. Would it shock me if Arizona won? No, my Sunday would be shitty. But I'm going to go 30-17, and I'm going to say the Cardinals pick up a garbage touchdown at the end. But I'm going to say the Lions do enough to get past the win. But I think the air raid offense and Lincoln Riley and Kyler Murray have their opportunities. Hey, it's Motor City Sports Talk. Let me know what you think the score will be in the description. And I'll be having some more coverage on injury reports through the week. Shout out to the Arizona Cardinal fans, man, out there as well. Appreciate it. You for watching the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. Keep sharing the videos. Appreciate that love, support. One time for the one time. Motor City Sports Talk. We gone.